Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please have a good business, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
हाँ ठीक है ना yes that is right
Hare Krishna. I think we'll begin. The devotees will join.
Yes, please.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chukshurunmilitam Ena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namane. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine. नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रधायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरतुषे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Welcome to all the devotees to our Bhakti Vaibhava classes. This week is full of festivals. We have Ekadashi, Varaha Dwadashi, Nityanand Trayodashi, and many more festivals like that. So in any case, so yesterday and some of the previous classes, we have been discussing about the structure of the universe, wherein we elaborately discussed about the Bhumandala. Then we briefly discussed about Sun, Moon, the 27 constellations, Venus, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Saptarushi Mandal, Pole Star, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, and a Vaikuntha abode which is located just above Satyaloka. Also, we kind of thrown a light upon that. So, like this, some of the details of these 14 lokas, one after the other, we have been discussing till now. And yesterday evening, we discussed about some of these upper planetary systems. And also then we discussed about Bhuvarloka, who are the different entities who are living in this Bhuvarloka visa. We have Rahu, Ketu, Siddhacharana, Vidyadharas, Bhuta, Preta, Pishasha, Daksha, Rakshasas, Gandharva, Apsaras, Kinnara, Kimpurushas. These are all different people are living in this Bhuvarloka. We discussed about it yesterday. We see out of 10 types of superhuman beings that have been created by Brahma, the fourth creation, out of 8 types of superhuman beings, 6 of them are residing in the Bhuvarloka. The first one, the principal devatas are residing in the Swargaloka, and the second one, the Asuras, are residing in the Bilasvargas. The remaining 6 categories are residing in the Bhuvarloka. This is what we discussed yesterday. And then we also discussed about what are the different kind of facilities that are there in the Bilasvargas. In the 7 lower planetary systems, what kind of people are living there, the Daityas, Danavas, Asuras, and what kind of facilities, and etc. etc. We discussed about all these things in detail, whatever has been mentioned in the Bhagavatam. And today, we will briefly discuss about these 7 lokas. So what are these 7 lokas? What kind of people are living in each of these 7 lokas? And then what are the specialities of those lokas? And then we also discuss from chapter 25 about Lord Shesha, who is the holder of the Bhumandala. And from chapter 26 about the 28 hellish planetary systems briefly. So these are the topics for today's discussion. We will discuss. So to start with, we will go ahead with Ataraloka and all. But before that, if devotees have any questions based on discussion till now, let us take some questions, then we will go ahead. Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji.
One small question that Choda Bhuvan, this all from Satyaloka till Patal Loka. And
Yes,
three, uh, we say sometimes it comes na
3 lokas, Bhuloka,
3 loka.
Bhuvarloka, and Sargaloka. Yes,
Bhu, Bhuvar,
Bhuvarloka, Sarga.
Swarga. Why not other, Prabhuji?
See, in the very first class we discussed the maintenance by Lord Vishnu, and also under Lord Vishnu supervision, the maintenance by the Devatas, primarily in these 3 lokas. If you take the upper 4, Maharloka, Janloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, all yogis are only living, all the sages, they are always sitting in yoga mudra. What maintenance you will do for them? When they enter into Samadhi, they will come out after 10,000 years. And it is all like a place of meditation. So no one need any maintenance. They themselves are empowered people, all the great sages. They don't need somebody else's maintenance. And downward, the 7 lower planetary systems, Atala, Vitala, today we'll be discussing, they are inhabited by Asuras. Even if you go and tell them that, my dear Asura, I want to maintain you, will they listen? They will not accept anybody else's maintenance. That's why the 3 lokas are being said always, in which the Devatas maintenance will be accepted and people follow the Devatas. So like that.
So there are material world and spiritual world. Material world is also a part of spiritual world, actually. So
Where is the
I,
spiritual world?
huh?
Where is the spiritual world?
Spiritual sky.
No, spiritual sky under is outside the universe. Don't intermingle all those things. What is outside the Brahmanda is spiritual sky. What is inside the Brahmanda is all material sky only. And don't mix them. So never ever get confused with that. We are discussing everything within our universe only. We are not discussing anything outside universe.
Yes.
Spiritual sky is always outside the universe. So there is nothing to discuss about that. You see in this picture. We are discussing inside the universe. This is all material sky. And
Yes.
spiritual sky is from here. Brahman onward, this is all spiritual sky. So we are not discussing anything about that. So don't mix that.
No. I'm just thinking that when I was thinking that from the beginning, I was saying that there are 14 Chota Bhuvan, which we always hear. So these are within the universe, and 3 lokas which you have told, and there is above with the spiritual sky. This is the material sky. So sometimes it comes on like 2 only comes, 3 comes, then 14 comes. So I may not get confused. So I was just clearing myself.
For grammatical use, they may use 3 because of the need of the hour. When they say 3, they talk about in terms of devatas and all. When they say 14, the overall information is there. Even in 3 also 14 are there. The Swargaloka include the upper 4 lokas and Bhuloka include the lower 7 lokas. So in that way, when you say 3, also there are 14 inside that. So like that.
Bhuvarloka includes what, Prabhuji? Sorry.
Bhuloka includes the 7 lower planetary systems, Atala, Vitala, because they are also part of the Bhumandala. They are inside the Bhumandala only. So it is like.
Okay, but Bhulok is Earth, and Bhuvarlok includes lower 7 planets.
No. Bhuloka only includes lower 7 planetary systems.
So Bhulok. Okay.
Not Bhuvarloka. Bhuvarloka is Bhuvarloka.
Bhuvarloka.
It is not part of any other loka. Bhuvarloka is Bhuvarloka. But Bhuloka, the earthly planetary system, includes the 7 lower planetary systems. Swargaloka includes the upper 4. So that way, 3 plus 4 plus 7, total 14.
Thank you so much.
Ananda Leela Mataji.
Yeah, my question is like yesterday we were discussing about the Bila Swargas. They have got a lot of facilities and like it's like a Swarga, it's like a heaven. And previously also we discussed there are other places like Saptarishi, and so everywhere it seems there's a lot of facility and it's almost like a heaven, except this Bharatavarsha where it's not that much of a, we can say, facility, or it's not so heavenly as the other one. So, and those are little like below like what we were discussing yesterday. These are like inside that Bhumandala, that all these Bila Swargas. So why would is it not like that would attract someone to go in there because it's still like heaven? So it's so my question is, so it really doesn't matter you go up or down, it's more about enjoyment, and that's like the gist of it. Like whether you go any Bila Swargas or the upper Swargas or anywhere, it's all about just being enjoyment and sense pleasure. Is that correct?
First of all, try to understand why Jiva comes to material world.
To enjoy. To be
So
the
there should be
controller.
facility to enjoy. So when Jiva comes to enjoy separate from the Lord, there should be some facility.
Mm-hmm.
The entire universe is meant for the enjoyment of the Jiva. When one is done with the enjoyment, then come to Bharata Varsha and go back to Godhead.
Okay. So this is the only place where one can realize that we had enough of it, and then
No,
we
not
should.
that this is the only place. Rest
Okay.
other place also one can practice bhakti and go back to Godhead. But other places one need to put lot of efforts.
Why?
So now, why would people go to Lord, or why would people go to any holy place, holy pilgrimage place? Among different variety of people, which category of people are majority?
Okay, one who are like distressed or they seek some help and things like that.
So obviously, one who has everything, why would you go to Lord?
Mm-hmm.
But one who has everything also, there are 2 categories. One who recognizes whatever I have is given by the Lord, so he surrenders to Lord. But other one who says that whatever I have is because of my hard work. Why would you go to Lord?
Mm-hmm.
So obviously.
Okay. Thank you.
Some general, like our worldly knowledge will help us understand all these things. Okay, other devotees, anyone has any question to say? Anything to say? Okay. So now we'll go ahead with the 7 lower planetary systems, which are generally inhabited by asuras. And then, see, even though Jiva comes to material world for the purpose of enjoyment, but within that enjoyment also there are 3 categories. One is enjoying by following the rules and regulations given by the Lord. Enjoying completely not following the rules and regulations given by the Lord. Enjoying 50-50. 50% following the rules and 50% not trying to follow the rules. Cut short the rules. In this way, we have 3 category of people. The heavenly people who have all the opulences who are enjoying, but they are enjoying by following the rules and regulations given by the Lord. Asuras are trying to enjoy by not following the rules and regulations given by the Lord. But in between, the people living in the Bhuloka, they are also trying to enjoy. They want to follow and want to find shortcuts. The dual mentality is there in the middle places. That is us. So we also want to enjoy, but we have a fear of transgressing the rules. And sometimes we want to transgress the rules and then move on. So this is in between state. So like that. There like that 3 category of people are there in this world. So now asuras, though it is called Bila Swarga, here a lot of opulence are there. Even the opulence are more than that of Swarga, but the mentality is asuric. It is all mine. It is meant for my enjoyment. What Lord? No service to Lord. So that kind of mentality is here. So let us try to understand what kind of enjoyment they have. First, Atala. The ruler, the head of the Atala Loka is Bala, who is the son of Mayadanava. We hear about Mayadanava in Mahabharata, Ramayana. Mahabharata, especially, he constructed the Mayasabha for the Pandavas. Same one. He had a son, Bala, he the head of this Atala Loka. So Mayadanava is an empowered person with all the mystic siddhis. His son also is a mystic siddhi person, but he himself manifested or created 96 special kinds of mystic powers. And of the 96, one is mentioned. Just by adding, he created 3 kinds of women for enjoyment. The 3 kinds of women are known as Swairini, Kamini, Pumshali. Swairini are those category of women who enjoy in their own caste. Kamini are those women who enjoy enjoy outside their caste also. Pumshali are those kind of women who are very fickle in enjoying. They are like the prostitute kind of thing. They can mix with anybody. So these were created by Bala for the purpose of enjoying. And then on the other hand, these 3 category of ladies, whenever they see a new person entering into the Atala Loka, immediately they welcome him with a lot of respect. They worship him and then they offer him a drink, which is called Hataka drink. When that person, the new person who freshly came to this Atala Loka, when he drinks that drink, then these ladies are offering him the drink so that they want to enjoy him. That is their mentality. When this person drink that liquid, he thinks that Ishwaroham Aham Bhogi Siddhoham Balavan Sukhi. I am God and I am perfect. I am the strongest of everyone because he feels or he experiences that he has the strength of 10,000 elephants. And he tries to enjoy the woman in that intoxicated state. The women want to enjoy the men, so they gave the men the intoxication. After drinking the intoxicant, the men feel that they are the strongest and most powerful and they want to enjoy the woman. So this is how each one of them are trying to enjoy the other. So this is how the people are simply immersed in enjoying. And this morning, we were discussing from third canto, chapter 20. We had a Bhakti Vaibhava class till now, just at 1:30 only we just completed. So we were discussing from the 20th chapter, the creation of various superhuman beings, the creation of Devatas, Gandharvas, Apsaras, Kinnaras, Kimpurushas, Vidyadharas, Charanas, Siddhas, and then the creation of Asuras, Bhuta, Preta, Pishashas, Yaksha, Rakshasas. So it was like quite fascinating. When Brahma's heart filled with ignorance, in that consciousness, the Yakshas and Rakshasas were born. And they were born with a lot of hunger. So they want to fulfill their hunger and thirst. They were looking all around. They can't find anyone. They saw Brahma. They are running towards Brahma to eat. And some of them are saying that eat him up, eat him up. Jaksha. Jaksha means eat, eat. Others are telling that do not spare him, eat him. Maharaksha, Maharaksha. Those people who said Maharaksha, they became Rakshasas. Those people who said Jaksha, they became Yakshas. So Brahma requested, hey, you are all my children. You are coming to eat me. You eat others. So Brahmaji kind of excused himself from them. So that's how the Yakshas were created from the mode of ignorance of Brahma. Then Brahma thought, right, I did very bad creation. I need to purify myself. Brahma purified himself. He was in mode of goodness, good consciousness. And then that bad consciousness was given by Brahma that became night. And Yakshas and Rakshasas took that night. So generally the Yakshas and Rakshasas become active during night time. That's why they are called Nishachara. And they are the man eaters. They are actually animal flesh and human flesh eaters as a result of that. And then Brahma purified his own consciousness that became pure in the mode of goodness. He created the Devatas in complete satisfaction. And then when Brahmaji gave up that complete satisfied consciousness, that became the daytime and Devatas took it. So here night means ignorance, lack of knowledge. Day means full of brightness, full of knowledge. The Devatas are endowed with full of knowledge and Rakshasas and Yakshas are with no knowledge. They are in complete darkness. So they become active during night time, Devatas become active during daytime. That is there. And then at one point of time, Brahma became lusty. As a result of that, from Brahma's buttocks appeared all the asuras. Because these asuras appeared from the lusty consciousness of Brahma, they also were lusty. And they are running after Brahma for sexual pleasure, for union. And Brahma could not do anything. He was telling them, yeah, I am your father. But still they are running after him. So Brahma prayed to Supreme Lord. And Lord told, hey, give up that mentality. Then they will not follow after you. So when Brahma gave up his mentality, that lusty mentality took the shape of evening twilight. The transition from day to night. It is neither day nor night. Evening time. Sandhya. Sun is setting. That evening twilight which appeared in front of the Asuras, Asura thought it to be a beautiful woman. And they began to glorify that woman. They began to ask about the whereabout that woman, like this, so many things, all these things happened. So that is the mentality of Asuras. Even though they are looking at evening twilight and they are looking, they're considering it to be a beautiful woman and they're asking, who are you? Will you marry me? So like that. I'm attracted to you, marry me, like that they are asking. So the mentality of Asuras is always to enjoy. That is the nature of Asuras. It's like that. So this is how Brahma created all the species and Asuras are also one of the creation and they are all into enjoying. So their whole life, the purpose of their life is to all enjoy. That's why the Asura technical meaning is Asu Ramante iti Asura. Those who take pleasure in long life are called Asuras because they want to enjoy. For enjoyment, they need to have long life. If they have long life, they can enjoy more. That's all. They only ask for long life. That's why you see whenever Asuras perform a lot of tapasya, they pray to the Lord only one blessing. Please make me immortal. I want to enjoy for the rest of eternity in this body. Because they want to enjoy more, so they want to have long lifespan. That is simple, quite relatable. That's how the Asuras mentality has been indicated. So Asuras are residing in Atala Loka. Their leader is Bala. He himself created so many mystic powers to facilitate the enjoyment of the Asuras. And this is one example of how these Asuric people are enjoying among themselves. Next, second one is Vitala. And Vitala Loka is meant for Yakshas, Rakshasas, and Bhuta, Preta, Pishashas. Atala was meant for Asuras, and Vitala is meant for Yakshas, Rakshasas, and Bhuta, Preta, Pishashas. Some of the Yakshas, Rakshasas, Bhuta, Preta, Pishashas are there in the Bhur Loka also, and majority are there in the Vitala Loka. So one of the 11 Rudras is also living here along with Bhavani, surrounded by their personal associates. So one was living in Ilavrta Varsha, one was in Greater Himalayas, one was in Tapaloka, and the fourth one is here. And the remaining 11 Rudras will be residing in Svargaloka. So remaining 7 Rudras, 7 out of 11 will be residing in the Svargaloka. So like that. Yakshas, Rakshasas, Bhuta, Preta, Pishashas, they are residing in the Vitala Loka. When Lord Shiva and Gauri unite, from their union, they produce a kind of vital fluid. That vital fluid will flow like a river. That river is called as Hataki river. When that river is heated by Agni, hardened by Vayu, that river transforms itself into gold. And that gold is worn as ornaments by the associates of Lord Shiva and Gauri, who are living in this loka. They are all wearing a lot of golden ornaments. The gold is nothing but the river which transformed itself into gold. So the gold in the form of a river is there for them. That opulent this place is. For us, at least for now, because marriage season, we hear about the gold. The gold prices are increasing and people try to purchase gold. 10 grams of gold is about 65,000, something like that. They're talking about. I was while discussing my parents, they were talking about. So it's like that. So here gold is so costly, but their gold is available in the form of a river. And every day, new gold is being manufactured. So in that way, Vitala Loka is the abode of Yakshas, Rakshasas, Bhuta, Preta, Pishashas. They are living along with their leader, one of the 11 Rudras, along with his wife, Gauri or Bhavani. Then third one is Sutala. Sutala is also abode of the Asuras. Asuras are residing in Sutala Loka. Many Asuras are residing. But in the Sutala Loka, in one corner, there was a special palace that was specifically constructed by Virochana. If you see, the architect for Devatas was Vishwakarma. And the architect for Asuras is Mayadanava. Mayadanava is the architect of the Asuras. Asura constructed the buildings for all the Asura leaders. And Bala also is one of the architects. He can also construct all the big buildings. But when Bali Maharaj gave everything he had unto Lord Vamana, as a third step, Lord Vamana accepted the head of Bali Maharaj. Because Bali Maharaj wanted to become Indra, and Lord Vamana told, because for this Manvantara, Purandara became Indra. You cannot become Indra. If you want to become Indra, you have to wait till the next Manvantara. So till then, you wait in Sutala Loka. So Lord personally requested Vishwakarma, the architect of the Devatas, to construct a special palace for Bali Maharaj in Sutala Loka. So in one of the Karanas of Sutala Loka, Vishwakarma constructed a special palace for Bali Maharaj. So Bali Maharaj residing inside. The Asuras, because the Sutala Loka is meant for Asuras. Asuras are there all over the world, all over the Sutala Loka. They can anytime come and contaminate the consciousness of Bali Maharaj. So thinking thus, Lord Vamana himself offered to be a gatekeeper of the palace of Bali Maharaj. So currently, Lord Vamana is form as a gatekeeper, standing at the entrance of this special palace, which was for Bali Maharaj. Like in Jagannath Puri, if you go, you see Patipita Pavan Jagannath. At the main entrance, in the front Prakara, the main entrance, the North Uttara Dwar, you see Patipita Pavan Jagannath there. Like he is at the beginning of the temple. So like that, the gatekeeper, the protector of the entire palace is Lord Vamana there. The same Lord Vamana in the 400 Vishnu form, 400 Narayana Vasudeva form, is in Mahavaikuntha, which is located just above Satyaloka. Because the Mahavaikuntha located just above Satyaloka is meant for the Manvantara Avatara. Whoever is the Manvantara Avatara for that Manvantara period will stay in that Vaikuntha. So Lord Vamana in his 400 form stays in that Vaikuntha just above now. And here in the form of a Vamana, he is there as a gatekeeper. And the same Lord Vamana in another form, he stays in Sargaloka as the son of Aditi, as the younger brother of Indra. He stays there also. The Vamana in three forms simultaneously there in three places. One form in Swarga, one form in Sutraloka, one form in Mahavaikuntha above. So like that. So here, Balimara is residing and continuously worshipping Lord Vamana without any fear, with complete devotion. And he resides here with greater opulence than that of Indra, in a place specially created by Vishwakarma by the order of Lord Vamana. And remaining area is occupied by Daityas and Danavas. Krishna Sutraloka is all filled with Daityas and Danavas. And here, Balimara says something wonderful. He says that there is only one devotee in the entire universe, that is Prahlad Maharaj. Indra and all the Devatas, they may say that they are devotees, but they are not actual devotees. When Lord Narasimha appeared, Lord Narasimha himself was trying to offer so many benedictions to Prahlad Maharaj, but Prahlad Maharaj did not even accept one blessing from Lord Narasimha Dev. Instead, he said that be satisfied with my devotional service. I don't want anything in return from you. I'm not performing bhakti expecting something from you in return. Just be satisfied. But on the other hand, though Indra says that I am a devotee of the Lord, but Indra himself is requesting Lord Vamana that, my dear Lord, please give me heaven to me from Bali Maharaj, from Bali. The Lord himself has to disguise his own form and take the form of a Brahmana boy and has to come to me asking for the three planetary systems. So what kind of devotee is Indra? And what kind of devotee is Brihaspati, the guru of Indra? So like that, in a way, Bali Maharaj sarcastically criticizes Indra and Brihaspati. So what kind of devotees are they? And all the other devatas also, what kind of devotees are they? For the heavenly positions, they are asking the Lord to favor them. They are engaging the Lord in their service. What kind of devotees are they? There is only one person who never asked anything from the Lord is Prahlad Maharaj. He is the true devotee. Like that, Bali Maharaj glorifies Prahlad Maharaj in a couple of verses in this section. Then, Sukadeva Goswami talks about Satatalatala. Talatala is ruled by Mayadanava. Mayadanava's son Bala is staying in Atalaloka, and Mayadanava himself is staying in Satatalataloka. He is the king of the Danavas. He helped Triprasura constructing three cities. Once Triprasura wanted to fight with Asuras, the Devatas, he requested Mayadanava to construct three cities. The specialty of these cities is that while the three cities are flying they are like aerial mansions, airplanes. When they are flying in the sky, they are not visible first of all. And anybody in those vehicles is also not visible. So being invisible, they were throwing arrows from the top onto the Devatas. And Devatas are not able to understand from where the weapons are coming. They prayed to Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva came and began to fight with them, but Lord Shiva also could not do anything because the weapons are coming in an invisible way. So Lord Shiva prayed to Lord Vishnu. Then Lord Vishnu appeared and Lord Vishnu gave three arrows. You take the three arrows. With the three arrows, the three aerial mansions will become visible. So when Lord Shiva threw the three arrows simultaneously, the three hit the three aerial mansions, the three became visible and all the Asuras became visible. And then Lord Shiva killed all the Asuras, including Triprasura, and destroyed all the three Puras, three cities made up of three vehicles. And then Lord Shiva came chastising Mayadanava. Hey Mayadanava, what kind of cities you are constructing, causing trouble to the entire universe? I will kill you. If you are not there, this kind of problem will not come. So Mahadanava immediately fell flat at the feet of Lord Shiva. He begged forgiveness and Lord Shiva said, no problem. You are surrendered to my feet. I'll protect you. Since then, being the devotee of Lord Shiva, Mayadanava living here without any fear of anybody. And afterwards, he did not try to cause so much trouble to Devatas. Even he is not afraid of Sudarshan weapon because he has become the devotee of Lord Shiva and Lord Krishna Lord Vishnu will not destroy the devotees of Lord Shiva. In that way. And we worshipping Lord Shiva, we worshipped by the residents of this Taladra Loka, is taking care of them. So like that. That is Tala Loka. Then comes Mahatala. Mahatala Loka is the abode of many hooded snakes. Mahatala. Tala means head. Maha means many. Many heads. The snakes consisting of many heads are residing here. They are all descendants of Kadru. Kuhaka, Takshaka, Kaliya, Sushena, etc. Such kind of people are residing in this place. Controlled by anger, addicted to material enjoyment, bewildered, they always enjoy among themselves. So all of you know about snakes. The creation of snakes also is mentioned in the 3rd canto, 20th chapter. The powerful snake. They are all residing in this Mahatala Loka. Big, huge, many hooded snakes. They are all residing in this place. They constantly live in fear of Garuda. They are not afraid of anybody else, but they are afraid of Garuda alone. This is their residence. Then there is Rasatala Loka. Panis, the descendants of Diti and Danu are residing in Rasatala Loka. Rasatala is the main abode of the Asuras. The capital of the Asuras is Rasatala Loka. The Nivata Kavachas, Kaleyas, Hiranyapuravasis, Daityas, and Danavas are all residing in this Rasatala Loka. These are the more powerful Asuras. They are always envious of Devatas because Devatas and Asuras are all co-brothers. Devatas' mother is Aditi, Asura's mother is Diti, and Danu. They were all wives of Kashyapa. So one father, different mothers, one mother's son, children are sitting on the heavenly throne, and other people are bereft of that heavenly throne. That's why these people are always envious of Indra and other Devatas. How can you be the king of the heaven, king of the world? Why will you not become the king of the world? They keep fighting with Indra. That is the competition. They reside in these Bilaswargas like the snakes. From the very birth, they are extremely powerful and very cruel and very angry, very envious of the Devatas. They are not afraid of Indra or any other Devatas, but they are afraid of Sudarshana Chakra. Only Sudarshana Chakra they become afraid. Otherwise, nothing else will create fear in them. And then the last one, the 7th one is Patala Loka, which is the abode of the Nagas. What kind of Nagas? Shanka, Kulika, Mahashanka, Shweta, Dhritarashtra, Shankachuda, Kambala, Avatara, and Devadatta, etc. will live here. Their leader is Vasuki. Vasuki is the same snake who took part in the Samudra Manthan episode, helped Devadatta and Asura to chant the milk ocean. And Vasuki, the person who is guarding the Jagannath Mandir, the same person. His residence is Patala Loka. These snakes are very envious and they have many hoods, 5, 7, 10, 100,000, and every hood has a jewel. And these jewels will provide light in this entire Loka. So, like that, the 7 Lokas have been briefly indicated in one verse. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatal, Patal. Patal is also called as Naga Loka. Each one is about 10,000 yojanas in all 3 dimensions. And between 2 lokas, there is a Bhumandala of a width of 500 yojanas. We saw this picture previously also. These are the 7 lower planetary systems are located within the Bhumandala in 7 different caves, occupying a place of 10,000 yojanas with a distance between 2 successive lokas of 500 yojanas. And then below Patala Loka, we have 28 hellish planetary systems, which are 19,000 yojanas from the top. From Bhartakanda to hell, it is 19,000 yojanas. From Bhartakanda to the bottom of the universe is 100,000 yojanas. And beneath this universe, beneath this Bhumandala, we have our Shesha, who will be holding the entire Bhumandala upon his hoods. So in the next 2 chapters, one chapter will talk about Shesha, one chapter will talk about the hellish planetary systems. That's how the further chapters have been connected.
Below the earthly planetary system are 7 subterranean realms named Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala. Below the earthly planetary system are 7 subterranean realms named Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, and Patala, which do not receive sunlight and which are inhabited primarily by demoniac living entities. To reach the first one must go 80,000 miles downward through underground tunnels. At successive depths of 80,000 miles are the remaining 6 netherworlds, all of which are fully developed underground civilizations. In the 4th level downward, Talatala Loka, lives the magical architect Maya Danava, who has designed many brilliantly decorated cities where proud materialists reside. Below the netherworlds are the 28 hellish planetary systems. The demigod of justice, Yamaraj, judges the unrighteous human beings after their deaths and sends them to one of these planets. There, errant souls are administered appropriate punitive measures corresponding to their misdeeds. The earthly and subterranean planetary systems rest upon one of the hoods of the gigantic divine serpent, Shesha. Shesha, in turn, is held up by the colossal transcendental tortoise, Kurma. And Kurma resides in the ocean that fills half the universe. Below the
Hare Krishna. That is about the 7 lower planetary systems. Any questions till now? Any devotees have any questions based on this discussion? Yes, Mataji.
Actually, one thing was coming in my mind that first thing that is it in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said that Name Bhaksha Prashyati. So, can devotee also go to? Is it possible that devotees also can go to the lower planets if somebody?
No, it is not like that. See, there are 2 ways to go anywhere. We say now 2 things. 2 ways we can go to spiritual world. One is sadhana siddha, other one is krupa siddha. So what do you mean by sadhana siddha?
Who has established was so much firm in the sadhana by doing strong sadhana, he has pleased the Lord, so they are able to go to.
So what do you mean by krupa siddha?
They are trying to follow their sadhana at their level best, but they are totally dependent on the mercy of the Guru and the Vaishnavas and the Guru and the Krishna.
No, that is about who want to become krupa siddha. But krupa siddha means who attained this destiny by the blessings of a
By Guru and Krishna.
special soul, we can say.
Okay.
So this is, one is sadhana, other one is blessings or special mercy of someone. On the positive note, one can attain something higher. Same way, to go to a place something lower, there are 2 ways. One is strong sadhana, second one is curse, by the curse of someone. So simple. Jaya Vijaya being cursed by 4 Kumaras, they became asuras. They did not do any sadhana, but they became. And some people do some sadhana to become asuras, they will become asuras. So either way. Anything you want to become in this world, you need to work hard. Can a school child want to get admission in IIT? He can get it just like that? Or he has to work hard?
Work hard.
Same way. If somebody wants to go to these 7 lokas, they have to work hard.
Yes. One more question was coming in my mind that in the first slide we were talking that there just by yawning I forget the Maya Danava who created the three
Bala,
women.
Bala, Bala. Mayadanava's son, Bala.
Well, so he created the three women. So I was thinking, Prabhuji, it was coming in my mind that if the devotee is somehow or other, if a devotee is get intoxicated with something, so whatever is the inner consciousness that will come out. Am I right? If the some if there are level we talk about the levels that if
If
somebody
their
is
intoxication is like that of Mahaprabhu, if you remember, if hearing Chaitanya Charitamrita, like Mahaprabhu, what kind of pastimes he was performing within Gambhira in the night time, especially that Unmad. So his Krishna consciousness, how it is coming out. So that we can say intoxication. Not the devotee is becoming intoxicated by drinking some intoxicant, not like that. That intoxication is out of prema, being overpowered by the Krishna prema, the love of Krishna. They show the symptoms of Unmada, like Mahaprabhu and all the great devotees. So, so whatever there in their heart, that will come out in that Unmada state, in that Bhava and Prema state. So like that we can take. Other devotees, anyone else has any question? Okay. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Prabhuji, these seven lower planetary systems are known as Bilaswarga, you said,
Yes.
which are just discussed. Okay. And Prabhuji, if by doing the pious works or by doing the good karma, the people go to the heavenly planets.
Yes.
And by their bad karmas, they go to hell. So do they go to these lower planetary systems also, if like by their karmas?
Kindly revise Bhagavad Gita chapter 17. That will give answer to all your questions. So I'll tell you one thing. By performing pious activities, one will get some pious result in the form of good facilities, good surroundings, and good associates, etc. But the person who is doing these pious activities, maybe sometimes in the mode of goodness, maybe sometimes in the mode of passion, sometimes in the mode of ignorance. The principally, according to Shastra, the pious activity means yajna dana tapa. Gita 17 chapter talks about yajna dana tapa in three modes. Those people who do yajna dana tapa in the mode of goodness will go to upper planetary systems.
Yes.
Urloka, Sargaloka, Maharloka, Janloka, Tapaloka, Tiloka. And those people who do yajna dana tapa in the mode of passion, they will remain here, but they become aristocratic people. But
Yes.
those people who do yajna dana tapa in the mode of ignorance, they will go to these seven Bilaswargas.
Okay. Yes, Prabhuji.
Because the action result is equivalent. If you do yajna dana tapa, you will get opulence. But if you do yajna dana tapa in the mode of goodness, you will get opulence in the place which is mode of goodness. If you do yajna dana tapa in ignorance, you will get opulence in a place which is mode of ignorance. Simple. So
Yes,
it is like
Prabhuji. Got it. Thank you, Prabhuji.
yeah. Ananda Leela Mataji.
So Prabhu, you were mentioning about Kripa Siddh. So that means when someone receives a mercy, he can cross over all these and go above this universal shell and is able to reach Goloka. Is that the understanding?
Yes, yes.
Because this all seems like so far out that it's so many layers. Everything is just so vast, and an individual is just a very small, very infinitesimal spiritual being, and so that means mercy is the only way kind of thing to cross over all these.
No, for everything, two ways are there. There is sadhana, there is krupa. In bhakti, we say that we need both 50-50. Sadhana plus krupa, dono we need both things. But in general, for anything in this material world, there are two ways to attain, either by sadhana or by krupa. Like today's last class, we discussed about Trishanku. What happened to Trishanku?
He was, pulled from.
He wanted to go to heaven, but without doing any sadhana.
Yeah.
Only by the mercy of the Acharya. So Vasishta said, I will not send you. But
Hmm.
Vishwamitra is trying to send him. But Indra did not allow him enter into Sarga. So Vishwamitra, by his own tapasya, by his own tapobal, he created an artificial Swarga for him. So that is called Krupa. That is Krupa Siddha.
Mm-hmm.
Himself is not qualified, but by the Krupa of Vishwamitra, he had been to Trishanku Swarga. Simple.
Thank you. Thank you.
See, for example, like you might be having children. So they need to work hard to study and give exams. If their teacher is your friend, and the teacher being friend, so the teacher might give some grace marks, 10 marks extra. He had worked hard and he has got some 70 marks, and the grace marks 10 marks, total 80 came. So 70 is because of the sadhana, 10 are krupa, something like that. Fine. If there are no other questions, yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, I'm so sorry. My internet connection was gone. Otherwise, I'll hear the recording.
No problem. Any question you have?
No, I wanted to ask the same thing, that if a devotee gets intoxicated, so whatever the level he may be, so that will come out because
Intoxicated by what? Intoxicated means because of so many things. There is madanda, durmadanda, kamanda, so many things are there. Intoxicated by what?
intoxicated with the wrong thing, like liquor, which will make that devotee forgetful about the present condition. Like in that case, it happened. So in that case, whatever would be in the core of the heart of the devotee, that will come out. Like if the devotee is like above the anartha stage or whatever, so will that come? I was just wondering that.
I don't know. See, first of all, when we become devotees, we tell that no intoxication, no meat eating, no gambling, etc. So in spite of that, if one becomes intoxicated, that means so.
I started the question with like, if somebody make that devotee intoxicated, that woman make that person intoxicated, and he forgot everything, but he also having the enjoying tendency, enjoying mentality. He also wanted to enjoy. So like this, so I was thinking like, so this can happen. It can be a check for a devotee as well.
See, I mean, I don't know. This is some personal question. You can discuss with your counselor and all. I don't know. But what happens and how they respond and all, it depends. It varies from person to person. It is not necessary that there should be a common rule for everyone. So, I mean, I don't know, really speaking, what happens to such a condition to the devotee. I don't know. You can talk to some of your close devotees and counselors.
But in that case, we will understand that that person wanted to enjoy, so it happened.
I don't know. So
No,
you say somebody else caused him intoxicant, so somebody else gave one without his knowledge, then why he wants to enjoy?
No. What we discussed, we discussed that.
But anyway, how it is related to this topic here?
Okay.
So it does not. It is like a personal question. You please ask your counselor.
Okay, sir.
So in summary, this slide will give you summary of entire thing that we have discussed till now. Satyaloka is the abode of Lord Brahma. He resides along with Vedas personified, perfected jnanis and perfected yogis, who, by following the path of light, on the way to their Sahajya Mukti, they have come to Satyaloka and they are staying here for some time. They can stay here for some time, or they can stay here till the end of the day of Brahma. Then they can go to Brahman. They both are possible. And even those who practice brahmacharya for the entire life, Naishtika brahmacharis, as a result of that sadhana, they are promoted to Satyaloka. They'll come. So that is the way to come to Satyaloka. And Tapaloka, it is the abode of the sages, headed by 4 Kumaras. perfected jnanis and perfected yogis also come to Tapaloka. So one of the 11 Rudras also staying in this Tapaloka. And then Janaloka, the sages headed by Bhrigu are residing here. Perfected jnanis, perfected yogis come here and stay here for some time. Then they go ahead to Brahman. Maharloka also same thing. Sages headed by Atri, perfected jnanis, perfected yogis live here. Those who practice Vanaprastha ashram duties very perfectly, they are awarded entry into Maharloka. So these details are mentioned in 7th canto here and there. So I put them here. So then Svargaloka, which is the abode of the main devatas, such as 12 Adityas, 11 Rudras, 8 Vasus, 2 Ashwinis, 49 Marus, 49 Agnis, like that. Even those who practice Grihastha Dharma properly by following the path of darkness, Pitruyana, they are allowed entry in the Svargaloka. Svargaloka, by nature, it is in the mode of ignorance, mode of goodness. So this entire area is in the mode of goodness. So this is meant for the devatas and devata-like people. And then Bhurloka, we have 6 categories of superhuman beings. Sadhyas and Pitrus are residing in the moon, which is called Pitruloka. By following the path of darkness, they'll come to moon. And also other parts of Bhurloka also. Gandharvas, Apsaras, Kinnaras, Kimpurusha, Siddhacharna, Vidyadharas. They also attain Bhurloka by following the path of Pitrayana. This area is in the mode of goodness. But in the Bhurloka, the area where Rahu, Ketu, Yaksha, Rakshasa, Bhuta, Preta are residing, this area is in mode of ignorance. So some part of Bhurloka in the mode of goodness, some part of Bhurloka in the mode of ignorance. Then there is Bhuloka. In Bhuloka, Bharata Varsha is considered to be Karma Bhumi, which is meant for the human beings and other lower beings that assist human beings. In this place, if you remember in all other places, whatever they need, everything is available in the form of streams. They don't have to depend upon anybody else, not even rains also. But for us, we have to depend upon everyone around us for our survival. We have to depend upon devatas who provide us rain, sunlight, moonlight, wind, etc. We have to depend upon lower species, cows for giving us milk, bulls for tilling the land and agriculture, and birds for cross pollination, and dogs for protecting our village and homes. And like that, each and every animal we depend upon. Horses for travel. This is from Vedic lifestyle. From modern lifestyle, we may not say exact correlation, but ultimately it boils down to this only. So we depend upon all the different variety of animals directly or indirectly for our survival. They are all living with us in Bharatavarsha. Majority of them are living with us in Bharatavarsha. And the rest of the Bhumandala is known as Bhaumasvarga, which is meant for the Devata-like beings descending from Divyasvarga on their way to Bharatavarsha appear here. And Bhurloka prominently in the mode of passion. And then we have Bilasvargas, 7 lower planetary systems. Atala, Sutala, Talatala, Rasatala, these 4 lokas are specifically meant for Asuras. Mahatala and Patala meant for the serpents and Nagas. Vitala is meant for Yakshas, Rakshasas, Bhuta, Preta, Pishashas, associates of Lord Shiva. This entire Bilasvargas is in the mode of ignorance. And below them we have Narakaloka, which we are going to discuss now, which is meant for sinful human beings brought after death for punishment here. It is 19,000 yojanas below. So this slide is a quick summary of all that we have discussed, what kind of people are residing there, and what kind of consciousness we can understand from this. Now, chapter 25, which will talk about Lord Ananta, who is holding the entire Bhumandala. Lord Ananta is an expansion of, okay, yes, Mataji.
Just a quick question. So, the Bilasarga inhabitants, they never do any, they don't do any wrong activities, so they are never being punished. It's only and merely this hellish planetary system is only for the human beings who are in the Bharatvarsha.
No. The Asuras also do wrong things, but they don't go to hell for punishment.
Okay.
The Asuras, when they do wrong things, they will be punished by Devatas or Lord Vishnu. The punishment given for them is entirely different way. See, for human beings, the governing locally it is taken care, even it is taken care by Yamaraj also, not for Asuras.
Okay.
In one
And
sense, because just by becoming Asuras, they are also exempted from many things. They are already Asuras, they are exempted. For example, those aborigines who are living in the forest, hunting is allowed for them. You can't say, you can't hunt. But those people who are living in the city, they are not supposed to hunt. Because they are already hunters, they are living in the forest, they are already forest dwellers. Hunting is their way of livelihood. So you cannot say that because you have hunted the deer and all in the forest, you will be punished, you will be given capital punishment in the. No. They are exempted from that. Because they are living in the forest, forest is their way, and their way of living is by hunting only. So like that.
so these 28 hellish this planetary system is only for the human beings for their punishment. It's made for that.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
That's how it is being indicated. So Lord Ananta or Shesha is an expansion of the Supreme Lord. Kala Bhagavata is a Kala of the Supreme Lord. He is considered to be Shakti Avatar, the Supreme Lord. He is endowed with Bhudharana Shakti. He is actually a Jiva Tattva. That's why he is called as Shakti Avatar. He is specially empowered by the Supreme Lord. He is the eldest son of Kashyapa and Kadru. Kadru's all other children are residing in these two lokas. We have Mahatala and Patala are meant for the descendants of Kadru. But the eldest children among all children of Kadru is Shesha. Shesha did not want to live with them, with other brothers. The reason we will discuss a little later, but he is the one. He is also called as Tamasi because he is the source of Rudra, the destroyer. Because he is the supervisor of destruction, which is an activity of Tamas, but he is not the form composed of Tamas. So Bhagavatam says that currently, as of now, the Shesha, who is the son of Kadru and Kashyapa, is doing this service. When there is no one who can do this service, Lord himself expands as Shesha and holds the Bhumandala upon his hood. Even if some Jiva is doing this service, but that Jiva is specially empowered by the Lord, that's why it's called Shakti Avatar. So this entire chapter, it is talking about that empowerment of the Lord is being glorified. The Lord's potency which is doing this service, Lord's empowerment upon a Jiva is glorified in this chapter. So in that way, he is called as Tamasi or he is called as Sankarshana. And Lord Sankarshana is the source of 11 Rudras. Lord Sankarshana is the cause of creation, maintenance, and destruction. He himself is in Shuddha Sattva, but his activity of destruction is an activity in the mode of ignorance. Like creation is mode of passion, maintenance is mode of goodness, and destruction is mode of ignorance. In that way, his activity may be in the mode of ignorance, but he is not in ignorance. He is in pure goodness. So like that it is mentioned. He is called Sankarshana because he attracts the enjoyer and the object to be enjoyed. Because it draws together the enjoyer and the object to be enjoyed, characterized by the concept of I. So some of our devotee, scientific minded devotee, they say that it is Lord Sankarshana who is the Gurutvakarshana principle, law of gravity principle, because he is attracting two entities together. So normally his principle of attracting is in the material world, Sankarshana is the source of Rudra, who is the deity of Ahankara. The principle of Ahankara is I and mine. I and mine is there because there is attraction between two entities. So the principle of attraction is also the principle of gravitational pull. That's why they say Sankarshana is the Gurutvakarshana. He is the preserved deity of Ahankara. If at all we want to get freed from Ahankara, me and mine, Aham Mameti, we are recommended to worship Lord Sankarshana. By worshipping Lord Sankarshana, we can become free from Aham Mameti. And many times, some of our devotees, they say that it is this personality is called as Sankarshana or Shesha who is doing this service. But the Sankarshana who is talked about in this chapter, who is Ananda Kalanta, is not Vishnu Tattva. always. But sometimes, generally a Jiva Tattva. Sometimes when there is no Jiva Tattva who can do this service, Lord Vishnu's expansion, this Sankarsana will expand as Shesha and hold the Bhumandala on his hoods. But normally, one of the Jivas who are specially empowered by the Lord will hold the Bhumandala. It has nothing to do with Lord Vishnu's snake bed, who is also a Vishnu Tattva. Lord Sankarsana, okay. So that personality only assists Lord's pastimes directly. He has nothing to do with holding the Bhumandala. When Lord Krishna appeared, he came as Shesha, came as Balramji. When Lord appeared as Rama, he came as Lakshmana. So like that. So he is Tamasi. He is called Tamasi. Why? He is source of Rudra, the destroyer. In each creation, the living entities are given a chance to close their business as conditioned souls. All of us are living in the Bhumandala and Lord Shesha holding the Bhumandala, hoping that so all these people, these conditioned souls will practice bhakti and go back to Godhead. But we are not willing to go back to Godhead. So you will wait. Okay, this life he has not gone to Godhead, but next life he will go. But we are not going. Third life, fourth life, 100th life, 1000th life, croreth life, like that. We are simply spending our time in this material world, in this Bhumandala for the entire day of Brahma. So at the end of the day of Brahma, Lord Sankarsana waiting, he becomes intolerant and becomes very angry. At that time, because he becomes so angry, he says that none of these people are deserve to live anymore. I have given them 100,000 chances, but still they are not going back to Godhead. When he becomes intolerable angry, from his Brukuti comes 11 Rudras. And these 11 Rudras are also very angry. They are doing Tanda Nrutya. And they open their third eyes. The 11 Rudras open simultaneously the third eye. That third eye will produce a lot of fire. That fire will burn Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Swargaloka, and also Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, and Patala. All these 7 lower planetary systems and the 3 upper planetary systems like Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Swargaloka, all 10 lokas are burned to ashes in no time. And this burning will continue for 100 years. Even if somebody who is trying to trick and trying to escape by entering into somewhere here, there, etc., if there is only fire for 100 years, who can live for 100 years without eating food and without surviving with so much heat? So that's how is called Tamasi. So the 11 Rudras appear from the Brukuti of Sankarsana and they open their third eye and they will destroy the 10 lokas. And that heat is so much unable to tolerate that heat. The Maharloka people will go to Janaloka. The heat comes to Janaloka also. The people will go to Tapaloka. The heat comes there also. And they go to Satyaloka. Heat comes to Satyaloka also. And Lord Brahma says that there is only one way. If we want to survive ourselves, let us enter into Garbhodaka ocean. And Brahma takes all the sages from Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka and enters into the waters of Garbhodaka ocean. And then they all enter into the body of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu for the entire night of Brahma. And Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka also somewhat burnt by this fire coming from the eyes, third eye of the 11 Rudras. They also will enter into Garbhodaka ocean, enter into the body of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. They all will take, the 14 lokas also will take rest throughout the night of Brahma. The next day morning, again lotus will come. Brahma will appear. Brahma will divide the lotus into 14 planets. And the Srishti will continue. And Shesha again will come and hold the Bhumandala, hoping that, okay, at least this time they will practice bhakti and go back to Godhead. That's what he is doing for our well-being. He is the holder of the Bhumandala on one of his 1,000 hoods, like the white mustard seed. Yasedam Chitimandalam Bhagavato Ananta Murte Sahartha Shirsha Ekasmin Eva Shirashi Driyamanam Siddhartha Iva Lakshate. Though he has 1,000 hoods, but he is holding the Bhumandala on one of his 1,000 hoods. Situated below the Patala and easily support the entire Bhumandala for its continued existence, so that the Bhumandala does not sink into Garbhodaka ocean. During the entire day of Brahma, Shesha is holding the entire Bhumandala so that the Bhumandala does not sink into Garbhodaka ocean. Mule Rasaya Sitatma Tantro Yoli Layakshmam Stay Bibarti. Thus, he is known as Sarvaloka Durandara. Since he is holding the Bhumandala, the people from Bhumandala can go up and down and everywhere. Sometimes they go to Sargaloka, sometimes they go to Bilaswargas here, there, etc. In that way, all the lokas are maintained properly. That's why he's called as Sarvaloka Durandara, the maintainer of all lokas. It's like that. Since the Lord is unlimited, who even with 1,000 tongues can count the powers of the great Lord Ananta. Lord Ananta with 1,000 heads placed on just one of his head the small particle known as the Bhumandala, Bhugolam, with its mountains, rivers, oceans, and all living entities. Murdni Arpitam Anuva Sahasra Murdno, Bhugolam Sagiri Sari Samudra Satam. The entire Bhumandala, along with mountains, oceans, and rivers, it is kept on the hoods of Ananta. But Ananta feels it to be Anuvat, like a Paramanu. It appears to him like a small Paramanu because though in spite of holding the entire Bhumandala, Lord Ananta is always contemplating and meditating upon the Lord's pastime. Since he was meditating upon Lord's pastimes, he does not even notice that a huge Bhumandala is there upon his hoods. For him, the entire Bhumandala's weight appears to be like the weight of a Paramanu. So what is the weight of a Paramanu? 1 Armstrong unit, that's all. So like that. So some people, so for all these verses in these chapters, if you see, Srila Prabhupada translates it as, the universe is kept upon the hoods of Ananta. Every verse says that Ananta is holding the universe. That's why our ISKCON BBT paintings, we have this painting. The entire universe is kept on the hood of Ananta. Everyone thinks that every universe is kept on the hoods of Ananta, but that correction is to be made. Ananta is not holding the universe. And some people say that the Garbhodakashayi Vishnu is sleeping on the snake bed. That snake is holding the entire universe. This is also wrong. This is also need to be corrected. The snake bed of Garbhodakashayi Vishnu is also Vishnu Tattva. It has nothing to do with holding the Bhumandala. So the snake, the Shesha holding the Bhumandala, is the entire universe is wrong. And the snake bed of Garbhodakashayi Vishnu holding the Bhumandala is also wrong. Both are wrong. The right thing is, you can see all these shlokas. They are the 5 shlokas which talks about Shesha is holding the Shiti Mandalam, Bhugolam, Shamam, Bhumandalam, Bhumandalam. All these clearly say that Shesha is holding the Bhumandalam. But for all these 5 verses, if you read the translations, Srila Prabhupada writes universe, universe, universe. The reason is, when Prabhupada was translating these sections of Bhagavatam, he was addressing to the greater audience. He is not into technical details. So if he starts talking about Bhumandala, this loka, that loka, people are already confused. It will increase their more confusion. So Prabhupada's purpose of writing commentary is not to attract them to understand cosmology, but to attract them to practice bhakti. So that way, so Prabhupada did not enter into technical details. He just briefly mentioned here and there, and then he went ahead. So that's why he says universe only, because universe is a familiar term to everyone, not the Bhumandala. But if you see Bhagavatam slokas carefully, 2nd canto, 5th chapter, 3rd canto, 6th chapter, it will say that the Brahmandas are actually floating in the Karna ocean. Varshapuga Sahasrante Tadandam Udakeshayam. Brahmanda is actually taking rest upon, is actually floating upon Karna ocean. Udaka means Karna ocean. Hiranmaya Sa Purusha Sahasra Parivastaram Andakosha Upavapsu. Andakosha means the universal egg. Upava Apsu. Apsu means water. It is located, situated above the water. So like that. So this is the Bhumandala. And beneath the Bhumandala, Lord Shesha is holding the entire Bhumandala upon his hoods. And this Shesha only spoke Bhagavatam to 4 Kumaras. The 4 Kumaras who are residing in the Tapaloka. And Ganga, who started from Satyaloka and going all the way up to Pataloka and down below also. So following the path of Ganga, these 4 Kumaras came down to Pataloka and they came down below the Bhumandala and they have heard the entire Bhagavatam from Lord Sankarshan. The same person spoke Bhagavatam to 4 Kumaras. So this Shesha, who is holding the entire Bhumandala, which is very huge, but Bhagavatam says that he is feeling it as a Siddharthavat, a small white mustard seed. How is that? Naveda Siddhartha Miva Kwachistitam Bhumandalam Murdni Sahasra Damshu. He is called unlimited because of his knowledge of the tattvas. He does not know the Bhumandala, which is situated somewhere on one of his hoods, because he is situated below the Bhumandala, measuring almost 500 million yojanas. His hoods are not wide enough to hold it. So Bhumandala is very big, Shesha is very small. How can you say that for Shesha the Bhumandala appears to be like Siddhartha or Anuvat, white mustard seed or Paramanu? The reason is, if you want to know, you have to go there. However, a person situated there can see that by his inconceivable energy, his hoods become unlimited in dimension, and the Bhumandala appears like a white mustard seed. This is actual, not an illusion. This is an example of his astonishing unlimited nature just mentioned. This is from 5:17:21 per part. Though the Bhumandala is very big, but Shesha is also specially empowered by the Lord. He becomes so big that the Bhumandala appears to be like a white mustard seed. It's like that. That is one understanding. Other understanding is, since he is always in the meditation on Lord's pastimes, even though there is a huge Bhumandala, it appears to be as if it is not there only. So because he was completely immersed in Leela Smaran, so the huge Bhumandala becomes like a small Paramanu for him. So like that. These are some of the points which he talks about. We'll take your question after some time, after this topic is over. So how come Kadru's son is carrying this entire Bhumandala? For this, you need to read Mahabharata, Adi Parva. In Mahabharata, Adi Parva, there was at one point of time, there is a kind of competition that took place between Kadru and Vinata. Kadru and Vinata were like sisters, Daksha's daughters only. They married Kashyapa. So as a result of that competition, Kadru won and Vinata became the maid servant of Kadru. And eventually, Garuda, by bringing nectar to the Kadru, the Garuda released his mother, Vinata, from the slavery of Kadru. So since then, Garuda became very much angry with the snakes who assisted their mother to win the competition. So looking at all these things, the snakes and snake's mother developing enmity with other co-brothers and co-wives, Shesha was not at all happy with this kind of rivalry among the brothers and sisters. Shesha want to have friendly nature with everyone. So Shesha went and performed austerities. So Lord Brahma appeared. So Lord Brahma asked, what do you want? So Shesha said that, so my dear Lord, I want to be friendly with everyone in this world. What to speak of my stepbrothers? So Brahma was very much happy. Oh, very nice. I profoundly bless you. May you be friendly with everyone. Then Shesha says, my dear Lord, I want to serve you also. I want to serve you in some special way. Then Brahma says that, yes, you need to serve. As of now, the Bhumandala is held by Kurma alone. You please go down below the Bhumandala and hold the Bhumandala by keeping it upon his hoods. Shesha said, yes, I will do it. But please arrange me a pathway to go down below the Bhumandala. So Brahma says, yeah, this is the pathway you go, and I'll keep the Bhumandala upon your hoods and you hold the Bhumandala. Then Shesha asks, how long I hold the Bhumandala? Brahma says, you hold the Bhumandala and meditate upon Lord's pastimes. The time when you come to the end of the Lord's pastimes, you give up your service. And Shesha is holding the Bhumandala since the time of this pastime. And Lord's pastimes are unlimited, they are not coming to an end. And Shesha is holding the Bhumandala. The moment the pastimes come to an end, and Shesha cannot meditate anymore on the pastimes of the Lord, he will give up his service, the Bhumandala will sink into the Garbhodak ocean, all of us will die. That's how he is doing this service since that time for so many years. So this is all about Shesha from chapter 25. Yeah. Yes, Mataji, you have some question?
Yes, Prabhuji, one thing was coming. Please forgive me if you have told, because my internet is not stable today. But it was coming in my mind that earlier also asked the question that above Shesha there were elephants. No? So have you told about this?
See,
The thing?
elephants, later on they came. During Samudra Manthan, elephants were produced and elephants asked Brahmaji, please give us some service. Then Brahmaji requested, you please go down the Bulamondala. Currently, Kurma and Shesha holding the Bumandala, may you also assist them. So they joined later on. Like you are doing some service. Another devotee will come and say that I also want to do some service. And the manager will say that you please go and assist her. You are doing some garland seva. Somebody will come and assist you. And somebody else will come, they will also join. So three of you put together will do the same seva. Something like that. Other devotees? Any question about Shesha?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, this what do we call to the snake which is on which the Lord Vishnu is lying in Karnodakshai Sagar?
He is also called as Ananta or Shesha. The name of the people are same. But one is
Okay.
Vishnu Tattva, other one is Jiva Tattva.
All right. Thank you, Prabhu.
The Karnodakshaya Vishnu snake is also called Shesha or Ananta. Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is also called Shesha Ananta. Shuradakshaya Vishnu is also called Shesha Ananta. Ranganath Swami, Padmanabha Swami, and all, every form, they are called Sheshas. Name is same. But the personality, you have to see who is he. Anybody else? Yeah, yes, Mataji.
So Sesha and Ananta, they're interchangeably used, or they have to
Yes.
be?
One person only has both the names.
Okay.
The same person, both the names. So, after 25th chapter, in 26th chapter, there is a discussion about Yamaraj, the abode of Yamaraj, and then the punishments given to different sinful people in the Yamaloka. They are all being discussed. So we will discuss about them. So then, in the Yamaloka, before getting into details, I'll give you one example. Like in Delhi, we have High Court or Supreme Court. We discussed this also in the past. There is a court, there is a jail, there are government quarters. The place where Yamaraja, Chitragupta, and all other people who are working in the court, where they stay, that is called Pitruloka. That area is called Pitruloka. And the court is where judgment is pronounced. And the punishment is given in Narakaloka. These are all in the same city, the same area only, but three different places. So like that. So of the four Pitrus, if we discussed yesterday while discussing the moon, there are four Pitru brothers. After the four, two of them are residing in the moon planet, two of them are residing here. Agnishvatas and Bharishatas are residing in this place. And they reside beneath the 7 lower planetary systems. They constantly desire virtuous blessings for their forthcoming generations. Yamaraja, son of sun god, the king of the Pitrus, is also residing in this Pitruloka, is the king of this Pitruloka. And in addition to being the king of the Pitruloka, he also has another service. That is awarding unavoidable punishment for the sin performed by the sinful people. Why he is doing this punishment, the entire thing? Why he is punishing the sinful people? In order to make the jivas turn towards the Supreme Lord. And this Pitruloka or the hellish planet systems are located 99,000 yojanas below the Earth globe, below the Bharatakanda. Here only the hellish planet systems are there, which are located in the intermediate space between 3 worlds and Garbhodaka ocean. They are located above Garbhodaka ocean and below Patala Loka. On the southern side of the universe, down below the universe, beneath the 7 lower planetary systems and slightly above Garbhodaka ocean. Antaral eva tri jagatyatu dishi dakshinyam dakshinasyam adastad bhume ruparistad jalad. Above Jala and below Bhumi. So they are all located. Situated 99,000 yojanas below the Bharatakanda. Yojananam Sahasrani Navatim Nava Chadvana. Navatim Nava means 99. 99,000 yojanas. And after death, a person will be taken to this place. Tribir Muhurter Dwabhyam Vanita Prapnoti Yatana. In 2 to 3 muhurtas, one will be taken to this Yamaloka after death. When people are detached, they will go to hell or wherever they're supposed to go in 2 to 3 muhurtas. Immediately they'll go to the next place. But if people are too attached to the current place, they don't want to go to Yamaloka, but they are dragged by Yamadutas. Such kind of people will take 10 days, 12 days, 15 days, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, even some take 1 year to travel from our place to Yamaloka. Okay, they don't want to go there only. They'll be dragged by the Yamadutas, beaten by the Yamadutas on the way. So like that. So after death, one will be brought to the court of Yamaraj, where one is judged for one's own sinful activities, misdeeds or good deeds. So Yamaraj will say that, okay, you have done 99 good activities, 1 bad activity. So what do you want? For 99 good activities, you will stay in the heaven for 19,000 years. And for 1 bad activity, you will stay in hell for 1,000 years. Which one you want first? The people generally select whichever is small. So they will go through the small thing first and the good thing next. So otherwise, if some people who have done 99 bad activities, 1 good activity, and Yamaraj will say that because you have done 1 good activity, you will stay in the heaven for 1,000 years, and 19,000 years you will stay in the hell. So which one you want first? Obviously, they will select good one first, bad one next, and they will be sent to heaven for 1,000 years. Afterward, they will be taken to hell. Sripad Madhvacharya, today is disappearance day. In his comment to Mahabharata, he writes that since Kauravas headed by Duryodhana performed so many sinful activities, but they have also done 1 bias activity. That is, one is they performed Vaishnava Yajna while Pandavas were in forest, and second thing, they were all killed in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Because of these 2 good activities, they have got residence in heaven for 3,300 years. For 3,300 years, they were allowed to stay in the heaven, or 4,300 years. Something around 3 to 4,000 years, they are allowed to stay in the heaven. Afterwards, with the residues of their punya, they will take birth in Bharatavarsha in the family of Brahmanas, but become Mayavadis. Just like all the 100 Kauravas were killed by Bhima, the same Bhima, when these Kauravas who will appear as Brahmanas in Mayavadi families, will appear as Madhvacharya, and Madhvacharya will defeat them once again by his philosophy, and then all their good activities, good pious activities will be finished, and then they will go to hell now. Afterwards, they will go to hell, and they will live in the hell for so many thousands and lakhs of years. That's what Madhvacharya says. And he writes, say that all those Kauravas, first of all, they went to Swarga. That is where Vishnu Maharaj saw them in the heaven at that time in the Mahabharata. 35 years when Vishnu Maharaj goes to heaven, first he sees all the Kauravas only there, Duryodhana, Dushasana, Karna, Shakuni, etc. But later on, after 4,000 years, they will take birth among the Brahmana family in the family of Mayavadis, and Madhvacharya will come. Bhima will come as Madhvacharya and defeat them. And because they have done aparadh, more and more aparadh, as Kauravas, they were doing aparadh to the devotees. But when they become Mayavadi, they were doing aparadh to Lord also. So the result of that, they will be sent to hell for so many thousands of years. So like that, he will say. That is what Madhvacharya says in his comment to Mahabharata. Today it is his disappearance day. So some thoughts about him. So like that, whatever it is, Yamaraja will award punishment, and they'll be taken to hell. They'll be given various punishments. So what is the reason behind this punishment? Why the Lord is so cruel that he is giving us so much punishment? Why Yamaraj is so cruel, he is awarding so much punishment? So it is not that. Neither the Supreme Lord nor Yamaraja is giving us punishment. Instead, when we perform an activity being influenced by 3 modes, mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance, we perform various activities. Some of the activities which are performed in the mode of goodness are called dharmic activities. The activities are performed in the mode of ignorance, they are called adharmic activities or sinful activities. And activities which are performed in the mode of passion could be both good and bad, dharmic and adharmic. So when we perform an activity, we ourselves are making or manufacturing our destiny. Good activity will lead Swarga, heavenly opulences. Bad activity will decide our hellish punishment. They are decided along with our activities. So we can't say no to it. So, but why we are performing sin? Because of beginningless ignorance. We are performing sin. The moment when we perform sin, we are deciding our hell and hellish punishment. We ourselves are manufacturing our hell and hellish punishment. It is not that Lord is giving us the hell and etc. etc. Gunatvat kartuhu shraddaya karma gataya prutakvida sarva eva sarvasya taratamyena bhavanti. The different kinds of hellish punishments we are making ourselves by performing different kinds of sinful activities. No one is forcing, no one is pushing, no one is putting upon us the hellish punishment. We ourselves are inviting our own hellish punishment. That is the science behind this Narakaloka. Thus, since we do thousands of sinful activities, there are thousands of hellish planetary systems. But among them, 28 are prominent. The 28 sinful activities are considered to be the greatest sinful activities, and the corresponding punishments are also considered to be the greatest punishments. And the 28 hellish planetary systems names are mentioned here: Tamishra, Tamishra, Raurava, all the way up to Suchimiki. By doing what kind of sin one will go to this kind of hell, and what kind of punishment one will get, how long one will get. All these details are mentioned in this chapter. For those who are interested, please go through these verses to get the information about all these places, and so that become careful not doing such kind of sinful activities and not to go to such kind of hellish planetary systems. So this is all about the different hellish planetary systems which are located in this particular place, etc. And then as you go downward, below Shesha, we have Garbhodaka ocean and all. So Garbhodaka ocean has been created by Lord Garbhodaksha Vishnu's sweat. It fills the lower half of the universe. Here, Lord Garbhodaksha Vishnu sleeps on Ananta, on the bed of Ananta, inside the waters of Garbhodaka ocean. And this Garbhodaka ocean has a depth of approximately around 250 million yojanas. But from 250, we have to remove 2 lakh yojanas. 1 lakh yojanas is occupied by the Bhumandala, and 1 lakh yojanas is occupied by Shesha. Other than these 2 lakhs, the remaining all Garbhodaka ocean. So 250 minus 2 lakh, that is 249.8 million yojanas. So like that, we have briefly discussed about 7 lower planetary systems, Shesha, and also about hellish planetary systems. These are all the locations which are down below the Bhumandala. Yes, couple of devotees raise their hands. Yes, Prabhu, what is your question?
Hare Krishna. Prabhu, my question is that as you mentioned, Kaurava would enjoy that Swarga for several years, and then they'll take birth as a in Bhurloka, then they'll go to hellish planet. So, Prabhu, we also hear in this courses that those who have seen Krishna, they will get delivered and they won't come back.
Okay.
So how because everybody have seen before dying Krishna there, and then they are going to the Narakloka. Although they have done so many sins, but more about this that the person is seen Krishna also in the warfield.
There is a book written by Slarupa Goswami. The book name is Lagu Bhagavatamrita. Have you heard this book?
Yes, Prabhu.
Have you read that?
I have not read, Prabhuji, but I have heard the lecture on it.
Okay, no problem. So that book talks about all such kind of some of the important aspects. Of course, Srila Prabhupada says everyone whoever killed in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, who looked at the face of Lord Krishna, attained spiritual world. That is there. That is a preaching strategy. So enakena prakarena, somehow or other come close to Krishna. That is there. So I'll tell you one thing. One small question I'll ask you. In our temple, so many people visit and so many devotees will visit. So when we have darshan of the deities, what is our understanding? As a devotee, what kind of understanding they will have? As a general visitor, what kind of understanding they will have when they are looking at Lord Krishna, Radha Krishna deities?
Devotee may understand that these are the Lord is personally sending there,
Okay, others?
and visitors may see that these are the idols of the Lord.
Okay. Little more, little refine your understanding, little bit more.
Devotees can have reciprocation also with.
Not like that. When the devotees come and stand in front of the deities, they'll see that I'm standing in front of the Supreme Lord. Okay. I'm taking the darshan of Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord is also taking, Supreme Lord is recognizing that I am there in front of him. So they also have the understanding. What do you mean by Supreme Lord? They know Supreme Lord means what. They have proper understanding of who is he. Yes or no? If they
Yes,
are practicing for quite some time, they are hearing Bhagavatam classes, they know the meaning of Supreme Personality of Godhead, which is the one word which is used by Prabhupada millions of times. But what is the
Yes.
understanding for people who just visit temple as a casual visitors, normal visitors? How do they see Krishna's deities when they see the deities in the temple?
This is one of the God.
Ah, perfect. You got the right thing. Same thing. In the battlefield of Mahabharata, those who saw Krishna while dying, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they have gone to Krishna's abode. Those who saw Krishna to be one of the warriors, one of the powerful, intellectual, beautiful warrior, they have gone to Swarga. Because those who die in the battlefield, the destiny will be Swarga. That is clearly mentioned every Shastra. So you understand it?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Did Duryodhana and his party, did they ever consider Krishna to be Supreme Personality of Godhead? Or did they consider it as a Yadava Kshatriya?
Yadava Kshatriya are powerful person.
Not powerful person. They considered Krishna to be a cunning, cheating Yadava, a tactful Mayavi Yadava. You read Mahabharata.
I read Prabhuji, but there are places where this considered a powerful person when he showed the Virat Rupa to Duryodhan.
Duryodhana did not see only. He saw some light coming. He did not consider. He said that you are a Mayavi, you are showing some Mayavi tricks. Read Mahabharata properly, Prabhu.
I'll read one more time, Prabhuji. Thank you.
So it is like that. Okay, yes, Mataji.
So, Prabhu, whoever goes in front of Yamaraj is always given an option. Like,
Yes,
what?
yes, obviously, everyone will be given option. Nothing in this world is forced upon us.
Okay.
It is all given a choice. What do we want to take? It up to us. So it is like that. Okay. Any other devotees have any questions? Okay. We'll take a break and then we'll continue after a few minutes. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So, last few slokas, which is kind of summary of the entire discussion. So before that, some references from other places. So some of you might be talking here in fifth canto only talking about Shesha holding the Bhumandala. But we have shown previously some pictures like Kurma and 8 elephants also holding the Bhumandala. So where is the reference in Bhagavatam about Kurma and Shesha, Kurma and 8 elephants also holding the Bhumandala? We'll try to show some references here and there. So Vedic references on the presence of Lord Kurma below the Bhumandala. Jayadeva Goswami Dashavatara Sotra. All of you must have heard or sang also sometimes this Dashavatara Sotra. Anyone who remember the translation of this verse can tell? Shitiriha Vipulatare Tishtati Tava Prushte Dharani Dharana Kena Chakra Gariste Keshavadrita Kurma Sharira Jay Jagadisha Hare. So what is the translation of this verse? Even some of you can open and see songbook also. What is the translation? Can you someone read the translation? Anyone can try. Not there.
Shitira, O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of a tortoise, all glories to you. In this incarnation as a divine tortoise, the great Mandara mountain rests upon your gigantic back as a pivot for churning the ocean of milk. From holding up the huge mountain, a large scar-like depression is put in your back, which has become most glorious.
And now see the shloka. In this shloka, anywhere there is a mention of Mandara mountain, mention of churning, mention of milk ocean, mention of Devata and Asuras. Though apparently when we hear Lord Kurma's name, the only pastime that comes to our mind is Samudra Manthan. But in addition to that, there are other pastimes also performed by Lord Kurma. When Jayadeva Goswami writing this Dashavatara Sotra, he was not remembering the pastime of Samudra Manthan. The pastime of Lord Kurma here is Kshitiriha. Here means this Kshiti. The Kshiti on which we are living, the Bhumandala on which we are living. Vipulatare Tishtata Prushta, it is kept on your back. Prushta means back. Dharani Dharana Kena Chakra Gariste. Holding the Bhumandala on your back, you appear to be like a chakra. The entire Bhumandala is situated on your back like a great chakra. So Keshava Dhrita Kurma Sharira. O Keshava, who come in the form of Kurma, please accept my obeisances. So like that, Jay Goswami is saying. And even if you see the last stanza of this prayer, it is a summary of the 10 avatars activities. Veda Nuddarate. Lord Matsya killing Madhu and Kaitaba saved the 4 Vedas. Jagati Vahante. Lord Kurma held Bhumandala upon his back. Bhugolam Udbibrahate. Lord Varaha lifted the Bhumandala from the waters of Garbhodaka ocean. Actually, Lord Varaha lifts the Bhumandala first. At the beginning of the day of Brahma, when Brahma was contemplating upon what to do, the Vedas are not there. The Vedas were stolen by Madhu and Kaitaba. Then the Supreme Lord appears in the form of fish, Matsya avatar, because the Madhu and Kaitaba were hidden themselves within the waters of Garbhodaka ocean. Only a fish can swim across in the water and then fight with the Asuras. So Lord took the form of a fish and killed them. Then taking the form of Hayagriva, the Lord appeared in Satyaloka in the Yajna of Brahma and offered the Vedas to Brahma. And afterwards, when Swayambhu Manu was created, Swayambhu Manu was asked for some service. Brahma told, please go to Bhumandala and rule over the Bhumandala. Swayambhu Manu said, Bhumandala fell into Garbhodaka ocean. And the Lord appeared from the nostril of Brahma as a small insect and grew up like Varaha, jumped into Varaha in the Garbhodaka ocean and lifted the Bhumandala. The same pastime again appeared during Chakshusha Manvantara. So during that time, when he was lifting the Bhumandala, Hiranyaksha came and said, "Hey, Bhumandala belongs to us. Hey, this is ours. How can you take it away?" So before fighting with Hiranyaksha, Lord Varaha expanded himself as Kurma. And Lord Varaha kept the Bhumandala upon the back of Kurma. So making sure that the Bhumandala is in safe hands, in a safe place, it will not again fall into Garbhodaka ocean. Then Lord fought with Hiranyaksha. That's how the remaining pastime of Varaha will be completed. So in that way, though Varaha name should come first and Kurma's name should come next, but Kurma name came first and Varaha name came next, because Varaha also performed the other pastimes of killing Hiranyaksha, and overall, by the way, Varaha's pastime is at the end. So Kurma came in between and he completed his pastime. That's why Kurma's pastime name comes, and then Varaha, then other avatars are mentioned. So in that way. Even Lagu Bhavatamrita, if you read, it also says, Padme Proktam, Padapurana says, Dadek Shevni Mayam Evartita Sura, being requested by the Devatas during this time. The Supreme Lord appeared the form of Kurma and took Shauni, the entire Bhumandala, on his back. Shastrantaretu, other Purana say that Budari, Kalpado, Prakato Bhavat, even at the beginning of the day of Brahma, even during Swayambhu Manvantara, when Lord Varaha lifted the Bhumandala, again the same sages who were glorified Lord Varaha also requested Lord Varaha. So my dear Lord, you lifted it, again it may fall down, please do something. Then Lord Varaha manifested Kurma's form, and Kurma was floating in Garbhodaka ocean and Bhumandala kept upon his back. So that's how it is said. Even in the 5th canto, 18th chapter, there is a mention about Kurma. Aryama is offering prayers unto Lord Kurma. He says that, Om Namo Bhagavate Akurupaya Namo Avasthanaya Namaste. Avasthanaya means he is the resting place of everything in the universe. Specifically, the Bhumandala will be resting upon Kurma. It's like that. These are some of the hints we can get from our well-known literature about Kurma holding the Bhumandala. Then 3:13:42. Prayers offered by the sages of Jana, Tapa, Satyalokas to Lord Varaha. So here Lord Varaha lifting the Bhumandala. So then that time they are saying that, please establish the Bhumandala, the Bhudevi, your wife and the mother of the universe, to give a living place for the moving and non-moving living entities. Since you are the father, and Bhudevi the mother, you please place the Bhumandala in a safe place so that all of us can live happily. That was the request. Let us offer respects to the mother along with you. In her, you have invested your energy, which is like fire in Aranistic. In order to provide a place for the beings, for all the living entities to live, please fix the Bhumandala. In the earth, you have deposited your Shakti already. Requested by the sages of Jana, Tapa, Satya, Loka residents, Lord Varaha, as Lord Kurma, placed the Bhumandala on his back. Iti upastiya mano asau munibir brahmavadibihi. Salile swa kuhar kranta upa dattavitan tavanim. After being thus praised by the sages with Vedic words, the boar, Lord Varaha, the protector of all, placed the earth, the Bhumandala, on the waters of Garbhodaka ocean, which had been attacked by his ooze. So Bhagavatam says that Lord Varaha kept the Bhumandala on the waters of Garbhodaka ocean. But how? Just like that on the top of the water? No. Above the water, below the Bhumandala, he himself is there in the form of a small Kurma. Being praised by the sages, Lord Varaha placed the Bhumandala upon himself, Lord Kurma's back, who was floating on the waters of Garbhodaka ocean. That the Lord support the Bhumandala on his own, by his own Shakti. So like that. This is how Lord Kurma is holding the Bhumandala on his back. Then 8 elephants. The 8 elephants were produced during Samudra Manthan episode. They requested Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma told, please do this service. These are their names. Then in the 10th canto, there is a pastime, Bhanasura. Bhanasura had 1000 arms. He was so powerful, so eager to get an opponent to fight. He was searching everywhere. He even went down below the Bhumandala and he asked 8 elephants, you fight with me, I want to fight. The 8 elephants who were carrying the entire Bhumandala fled away, unable to fight with Bhanasura. Just by looking at him, the elephants went away. These 8 elephants who are carrying the weight of the entire Bhumandala. So that is clearly indicated in the 10th canto, 6th chapter. And then it comes to Kailash. It tells Lord Shiva, I think that no one is as powerful as me in this world. No one can stand in front of me and fight. He is indirectly telling Lord Shiva that you think you are more powerful than me, show it by fighting with me. Then Lord Shiva, understanding his intent, he says that, oh, you fool, don't think too much about your power. Very soon, a person will come to reduce your ahankara to powder. That was Lord Krishna. So Lord Shiva tells that in that way. So even we have also seen this pastime that 67 sons of Sagar Maharaj, in search of their father's horse, they dug the Bhumandala down below. They went all the way up to some 67 yojanas. Then they went in all 8 directions. There they met 8 elephants which are carrying the entire Bhumandala. And they spoke to the 8 elephants which are carrying the Bhumandala. This story you can find it in Ramayana very evidently. So there Ramayana also talks about the 8 elephants which are holding the entire Bhumandala on their back. These are some other references which will help us understand, oh yes, the 8 elephants are also holding the Bhumandala along with Shesha and Kurma. These are some references we can see in relation to them. So in summary, we have seen about all these places, all these people, all these facilities in these places. So this is the universe about which we have been discussing till now, about all the different places. Till now we have done with our discussion. This is the universe. Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Sargaloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, Atala, Vitala, all the way up to Patala, Narakaloka, Pitraloka. This is another picture. All the dimensions are mentioned here. So this is the universe which we talked about till now, the universe in which all of us are residing, consisting of 14 lokas. So in conclusion, Sukadeva Goswami says that currently we are in Bhuloka, in Bharata Varsha, Bharata Kanda, etc. From here, we can go up and below and here and there everywhere. Urdhvam gachanti sattasta, madhye tishtanti rajasa, jaganna gunavrittisya, adho gachanti tamasa. Because of our activities, because sometimes we may go up, sometimes we may go down. But finally, after our pious or impious rates are over, again we have to come back to Bharata Varsha with the remaining results of Dharma and Adharma. And we get birth in a particular family and continue to perform our activities as per our liking and disliking. Naraka Yamalaye Santi, Adharma Vartino. Adharma Vartina will go to Narakaloka. Kechit Tataiva, Dharma Vartina Itaratra. Dharma Vartina will go to heavenly planets and other lokas. But both of them, here to Punar Bhaveta, Ubaya Sheshabhyam Nivasanti. But both the people finally will come back to Bharata Varsha only. Because in Bharata Varsha, one can practice more Dharma, more Adharma, and can go wherever one want. And also specifically, one can practice Bhakti and can go to Vaikuntha. By the practice of Bhakti, one can go to Vaikuntha. By the practice of Karma Jnana Yoga, one can go to Sahajya Mukti, Brahman also. Bharata Varsha is a special place where one can attain anything one wants very quickly. Swarga, Naraka, and spiritual world also. All these things are specifically possible in Bharata Varsha and especially in Bharatakanda. And within that Bharatakanda, Bharata Bhumi is more favorable place in comparison to all other places. So if somebody has taken birth here, if by performing piety want to go to heaven, again one has to come back here. By sin, if one goes to hell, again one comes back here. So better this place is offering us the facilities to practice bhakti and go back to Godhead. So better to go back to Godhead. That is the ultimate purpose, ultimate lesson that Sukadeva Goswami wants to tell. The people rest of the universe, they want to come to Bharata Varsha so that they can go back to Godhead. You are already in Bharata Varsha, then better go back to Godhead directly. That is a hint. So Bharata Varsha is special in awarding one liberation and the fruits of one's endeavor. So here we have some examples. When Bhrugumuni came to Vaikuntha and hit on the chest of Lord Vishnu, Mother Lakshmi was feeling that no, I have been party of this offense. I need to atone myself. She could have done atonement in heaven and Vaikuntha only, but she came down to Bharata Varsha in Kolhapur. She performed austerities. And Brahma, when he heard pastimes of Lord Vishnu, he wanted to have darshan of Lord Vishnu. He asked, how can I have darshan of Lord Vishnu? The sages said, in Satyaloka, you have to perform 1000 Ashwamedha Yajnas. Then you can have darshan of Mahavishnu. So, are the original Lord of the universe. Then Brahma said, no, I don't have that much time to do all these things. Then they said that you go to Kanchipuram, you perform 1 Ashwamedha Yajna that is equal to 1000 Ashwamedha Yajnas. So Lord Brahma came to Kanchipuram, performed 1 Yajna, which is equal to 1000 Yajnas. He had darshan of Varadaraj, the original personality of Godhead. And we have also spoke this pastime. When Garuda heard the pastime of Lord Narsimhadev, he thought that whenever Lord comes, he will take me along with him. But when he came as Narsingadev, he did not take me along with him. I did not have darshan of Lord Narsingha. I want to have darshan of Lord Narsingha. The sages told, you go to Bhartakanda and perform austerities at a place known as Srishala Mountain, Srishala Parvata. There you will have darshan of Lord Narsingadev. So Lord Garuda came to Ahobilam and performed tapasya and he had darshan of Lord Narsingadev. And entire pastime of Prahlad Maharaj was shown to Garuda there. So he had darshan of the Lord very quickly in Ahobilam place. And Daksha performed his yajna in the upper Himalayas for the benefit of everyone, Bhuloka, Bhurloka, Sargaloka residents. Bhagirath Maharaj did tapasya in the upper Himalayas so that he can bring Ganga down. He brought Ganga down, he became successful. Maharaj Katvanga, even though he was fighting for the Devatas in the Swargaloka, when the fight was completed, the Devatas said, so my dear Katvanga, we have got our Commander-in-Chief, Kartikeya. Now you can please rest. Then Katvanga Maharaj asked, so my dear Indra, please tell me, how much time I have in my lifespan? They said only 1 muhurta left. Then Katvanga Maharaj said that please transport me to my own home. They said, no, there is no one. Your family members are all changed. He said, still no problem. Please send me there. So Katvanga Maharaj came to Bharata Varsha, Bharatakanda in his own home deity. Standing in front of his own deity, was meditating on Lord's lotus feet. In 1 muhurta, he was contemplating on the Lord. He went back to Godhead. He could not have done this in the heaven. He could do only in this Bharata Varsha. Then Narana and Rishis are performing tapasya in the upper Himalayas for our well-being. Devatas or Asuras, whenever they are cursed, they will come to Bharatakanda or Bharata Varsha to atone for their curses. Because here, the speciality of this place is that whatever you do here, it is equal to 1000 times doing it elsewhere. If we do something here, it gives 1000 times benefit in comparison to doing the same thing at other places. That is the speciality of Bharata Varsha. Even whenever we go to holy places such as Madura, Vrindavan, Dwaraka, Vrindavan, Mayapur, Dwaraka, or Jagannath Puri, the Bhagavatam speakers, they say that this place is 1000 times more potent than your cities. So practice bhakti seriously here, you will get 1000 times more benefit. A holy place has 1000 times better benefit than the other common places. Even other common places have 1000 times better than the other parts of the universe. That is the speciality of Bharata Varsha, Bharatakanda. So in total, the entire universe consisting of the Bhumandala, Dvipas, Varshas, rivers, mountains, skies, and the oceans, the lower planetary system, the direction, the hellish planetary systems, the luminaries, is the shelter of all living entities considered the universal form of the Supreme Lord. So, if one reads the description of Lord's external form with great faith, if one hears about it or explains it to others, one develops faith, bhakti, pure intelligence, and understand the topic of the Supreme Lord. the pastimes of the Leela Avatars, which are like the Upanishad, which is difficult to understand. So when we hear the Srishti Leela or this kind of activities which are black and white, very easy to understand. If we understand them with faith, then our faith will increase. And then we understand the Leela Avatara pastimes very scrutinizingly with their deep meaning. Apparently, the Leela Avatara pastime seems to be very simple to understand, but the deep meaning is very difficult to understand. Why Lord is doing this activity in this way, very difficult to understand. Like our Acharyas gives 17 explanations why Lord Krishna closed his eyes when Putana came. So normally when we read, we understand, okay, Lord Krishna closed his eyes because he was feeling sleepy. But the internal meanings we understand only when the Acharyas explain. So we can understand and digest them when we understand these pastimes properly. So that is the meaning. Same. So generally, finally, the conclusion is whatever we hear more, that is what we contemplate upon. If we hear more about gross form of the Lord, we'll meditate upon gross form of the Lord. If we hear more about subtle form of the Lord, we meditate upon the subtle form of the Lord more. If we hear more about Lord's transcendental form, we meditate upon that more. So ultimately, the conclusion of this entire pastime is the more we hear about the Supreme Lord, the more we come close to the Supreme Lord. So that is the essence of this entire pastime. So, though this section of Bhagavatam seems to be very technical, very critical to understand, very difficult to follow, but still we should make an humble and honest attempt to try to understand. Whatever little we understand, that is best, that is better for us, that will help us appreciate how Lord performs so wonderful activities. We can appreciate Lord's greatness, Lord's compassion upon all of us, so etc. etc. So these are the few concluding remarks about all these chapters. So any questions? So with this, the 26th chapter is completed. Any questions? Yes, Prabhu.
Do we also have something called Viraj River, which is causal ocean or something like that?
The same Karnodaka ocean or Kadal ocean is also called as Viraja River.
Okay.
It is a different name of the same thing.
Okay. Okay. And all, Prabhuji, all these upper planetary system do not have a land. I mean, only Bhumandal has a land and all these are in air. Is that the right understanding?
Yeah, see, in one sense, every place is a abode. Even when you say heavenly abodes, all the stars that we see, they are all like aerial mansion. But that aerial mansion is able to float in the air. But the Bhumandala, since it is very huge, it needs some support. So we have Kurma Shesha who are holding the Bhumandala. So in that way. If it is small, it can float. If it is very big, it needs some support. So that way we have to understand. The Bhumandala also is like a big, huge aerial mansion, we can say. It is also like aerial mansion, but a huge one. So Radha Keshav Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji, you told that day that after every day, Brahma again comes on the lotus. Can you give the Shastric reference to that?
3rd Canto, Chapter 8. In those verses where Lord Brahma appeared on the top of the lotus, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Tagore gives an elaborate commentary on that, telling that, yeah, some days of Brahma are called as Padmakalpa also, because that day the lotus appears from the navel of Garbhodaksha Vishnu. And at the end, he says that it seems that every day lotus is at some in the beginning, he says that only few days are called Padmakalpa. But finally, it comes to a conclusion that it seems that all the days Padma is coming. So every day Padma is coming from the lotus navel of Garbhodaksha Vishnu, and lotus is coming and Brahma appearing on top of that, and is dividing the lotus into 14 planetary systems. So like that. Because it happened yesterday also, today also, and few days back also, few years back also it happened. Very frequently it is happening. And we, in a safe side, we can say every day also it is happening same way. Because we don't have any other explanation of something else is coming up, and from that Brahma is making 14 lokas. There is no reference of that. This reference only comes multiple times. So in that way, we can take it as a regular phenomenon.
So every time he comes and does the tapa.
Yeah, like every day we get up and take bath and attend Mangalarti and chant 16 rounds. That is our morning sadhana. And Brahma's morning sadhana is doing tapasya.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Other devotees? Anyone else? Any question? Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, just want to share one thing that I always used to hear that why all demigods, Brahma even wants to come to the Bhuloka and want to do the why they want to appear here, want to come here, and because this is the right way to go back home, back to Godhead. So now today I have understood very nicely. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Any other devotees have any questions?
तो जी 100 दिव्य वर्ष तक ही करते हैं ना, जो देवताओं के 100 साल होते हैं उतना ही करते हैं डेली सुबह में साधना तपस्या ब्रह्मा जी।
हाँ,
ओके ओके
जो भी टाइम बताया भागवत में उतना टाइम तक तपस्या करते हैं
हर सुबह में।
हाँ, हर सुबह हमारा मॉर्निंग प्रोग्राम होता है 2-2.5 घंटा, अब लगभग 3 घंटा होता है ना, हमें 4:30 बजे से 9 बजे तक 3 घंटा कहाँ ज्यादा होता है, बट वॉट एवर, so that much time they also Brahma ji also gives for morning sadhana. Okay, yes Prabhu, Balram Prabhu.
Ravi, this hot vapor of food and somras was the same. You mentioned somewhere it is somras, somewhere hot vapor. The food is that in regarding the pitras.
Yes, same. See, basically the somaras is nothing but churning of the vapor.
Right.
When vapor goes to moon planet, the moon churns it and takes out the essence. The essence is somarasa.
Right. Okay. Good.
So it's like we say that I'm eating ghee or I'm eating butter, and we can also say that I'm eating the essence of the milk. Butter or ghee, the essence of milk. So like that. I'm eating milk products, we can say. Something like that. So any other? So generally, whenever I take Bhakti Vaibhava classes for 5th canto, I only cover this much portion. Something more is there about the practical application and all that I cover, but Rasal Gopal Prabhu requested me to take the prayers also. So we need to take the prayers also. But today I'm not feeling to speak anymore because yesterday I had 3 classes. Today I have 2 classes. Since 11 o'clock onwards, I'm continuously having class till 1:30, and afterwards we are 2 o'clock your class started. My throat is already gone. Yesterday I had 3 classes and today 2 classes. So I don't have any energy to speak now. So maybe tomorrow evening only we have a quick summary of all the prayers. So request all of you to study yourself. Of course, prayers we need to focus. Philosophical aspects we need to discuss elaborately. But this time please excuse me. So we'll have a brief discussion on all the prayers tomorrow evening. Yes, Radha Keshav Prabhu.
Prabhuji, can you please again say something about carrying of the earth, not by Lord Ananta, but by the Jivananta something?
Yeah, see, the one who is holding the Bhumandala upon his hood is a Jiva Tattva, but is empowered personality by the Lord Vishnu. That's why we call him as Shakti Avesha Avatar. Just like the 4 Kumaras are Shakti Avesha Avatar, Narada Muni is the Shakti Avesha Avatar, Parshuram is the Shakti Avesha Avatar. Similarly, Shesha is also a Shakti Avesha Avatar. He is the son of Kashyapa and Kadru. He is one of the Jiva Tattva like all of us, but he was specially empowered by Brahmaji and Supreme Lord, so he is able to carry the Bhumandala throughout the entire day of Brahma on his hoods. So like that.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
When there is no Jiva who can do this service, Lord himself will expand and do this service. Just like when there was no one who can become Indra and do that service, Lord himself becomes Indra. So like that. Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, one question was coming. Like when we say that we talk about Balramji, Lakshmanji, so it comes like then we talk about the Shesha also, because he serves in all the forms. Like Balramji is a shoes also, a bed also. So when we think about this, so will we take this Shesha example there? Can we quote there, or as you are saying, it's
No. There, Balramji is becoming everything that is required in the spiritual world. For example, if you take Goloka Vrindavan, initially there was Lord Krishna. He expands himself into two forms. Srimati Radharani on the left hand side, Balramji on the right hand side. Srimati Radharani expands herself in the form of different variety of gopis and gopas who can serve Lord Krishna in a personal way. And Balramji expands in the form of Vrindavan, Govardhan, Yamuna, the trees, and all the other things. And Lord's clothes, Lord's garments, Lord's ornaments, the peacock feather, like that, everything that is required. So in one sense, everything that you can imagine which is there in Vrindavan, they are all either expansion of Srimati Radharani expands into personal forms, and Balramji expands into all other forms. The physical entities are all the plants or animals, etc. They are all expansion of Balramji, we can say. So like that.
So this Shesha will not come, no? For
No,
sure.
this Shesha is an activity in the material world,
Yes.
na? It has nothing to do with the spiritual world.
Yes, so it is, we are talking about here. Okay. Yes, sir. Understood nicely. Thank you.
See, you remember, when Lord comes, he comes with his own entourage. He does not want to stay in a rented place. So in the spiritual world, whatever is his bed, he will come along with that bed only here. There his bed is Balramji.
Now, Prabhuji, Balramji is being said as a paraphernalia, basically, not
Balramji expands as paraphernalia.
not other jivas. Jiva's expansion is Radharani.
Balramji expands as paraphernalia. Dham also. Dham also is expansion of same Balramji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
And Dham with all the other things like Govardhan Mountain, Yamuna River, they're all expansion of Balramji. The plants, animals, everything that you see in the Dham.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Correction. Okay. I think, I will take leave now. So we'll continue our further discussion, the prayers, summary of all the prayers tomorrow evening, 7:30.
The prayers at what, in which chapter?
Chapter 17, 18, 19. Few verses from 17, full 18, and few verses from 19. So we may not be able to discuss every prayer in detail, but some of them we'll discuss and some of them we'll just browse through. So
17, 18, 19. Thank you.
I think this is the first time I'll be taking prayers. Outside, whenever I conducted cosmology session, I never took the prayers. I requested them only to take care themselves by some other speaker. I told Mataji also, tell Rasal Prabhu to do somebody. He said, no, we'll give you extra time, we only do. So I'm sorry, I may not do justice for the prayers, but we will discuss whatever little. Because we need more time to discuss philosophy. And less time it will not be done. So, but anyway.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for merciful. Thank you so much. Vancha kalpitru vasya kapa sindhu